Hello dear students. In my previous video, I told you about the morphology of root, in which root is divided into two types. One is taproot and another is adventitious root. Now in this video, we will study about the modifications of root. The roots can be modified according to their functions. Taproot is modified according to the storage of food and according to the respiration process, and adventitious root is divided according to the storage of food, support and special functions. So let's move towards the slides for the more details. Modification of taproot according to the storage of food, in which the root is modified into three forms. One is fusiform, conical root and nappy-form root. Fusiform root is the root in which the storage of food is done in these kinds of root, in which the root part is swollen type. Root is swollen from the middle part and it is tapered at the base. So the example of the fusiform root is radish. You have seen the radish. The base is swollen and it gets tapered from the apex. Next is conical root. Conical root is also having the same modification, that is storage of food. The example of conical root is carrot. Carrot, it is tapered from the base and the broader from the, it is tapered from the apex and it is broader from the base. Next is nappy-form roots. Nappy-form roots also have the function of storage of food and it is in swollen type. It is almost spherical and abruptly it tapers from the apex. The example of the nappy-form root is beetroot and turnip. You can see the pictures of modification of roots of carrot, radish and beetroot. Next, the modification of taproot can be done according to the process respiration. There are some of the plants which grows in the water in the swampy and marshy places. And these plants are known as helophytes. In these plants, the special roots are grown from the underground, which vertically grows upward, and they have negative geotropic effect. These roots are in the form of spikes, and the roots, their function is of gaseous exchange. So they are responsible for respiration. The example of such type of roots are Rhizophora, Soneraceae. These are the trees which grows in marshy places and they have vertically upward roots. The next is our adventitious roots and its modification. The modification is as per the storage of food, in which it includes tuberous roots and fasciculated roots. Tuberous roots, they are also the swollen kind of roots. They have a definite shape and they are grown singly. And these roots arises from the nodes of the stem. The example of such roots are sweet potato or shakarkandi. You can see the picture of this root in the slide. The next root is fasciculated tuberous roots. These roots are also known as reproductive roots, and these roots generate in the form of clusters. They also store food and they are thick in shape. The example of this root is dahlia and asparagus plants, which have fasciculated tuberous roots. From these roots, if we put these roots in the soil, then the new plant can be generated from these roots. That's why it is known as reproductive roots. The next adventitious roots can be modified as per the mechanical support, and it can be divided accordingly. Number one is prop roots, second is clambing roots, and third is tilt roots. The prop roots are the roots which arises from the horizontal branches. Example is banyan tree. In this tree, the roots grow vertically downward and they penetrate into the soil. When they penetrate into the soil, then they provide mechanical support to the plant. And these act as a pillar to the plant. The next is clambing root. Clambing root means these are the roots which arises from the nodes, and these roots attach to another part of the plant, another plants. so that they can take the support and climb over the plant. The example of such roots are Kali Mirch plant, then money plant, then piper beetle, which is also known as pan. These are the example of climbing roots. The next is stilt roots. These stilt roots are normally arise from the lower nodes of the stem of the monocot plants. They grow obliquely downwards and they provide mechanical support to the plant. The example of such roots are sugarcane, then maize. These all are stilt roots. They are generated from the nodes and they obliquely goes downwards to the soil and penetrates in the soil, and they provide mechanical support to the plant. Then adventitious root can be modified as per their special functions, in which it is divided into epiphytic roots and another is your sucking roots. Sucking roots are also called as parasitic roots. First we will go through the epiphytic roots. What actually the epiphytic roots are? Epiphytic roots belong to the plants which are called as epiphytes. The plants like orchids, they have epiphytic roots. Epiphytic roots, they are aerial roots, they are hanging roots, and these roots are very spongy in nature. You can see these kinds of roots in the picture. These kind of roots are hygroscopic in nature. Hygroscopic means they absorb water and moisture from the environment and fulfill their water need from the environment itself. These roots are green in color. That's why they process the process of photosynthesis. That's why when I told you the functions of secondary functions of the roots, then I told you one of the function is photosynthesis. So the epiphytic roots, they process photosynthetic process because they are aerial roots and hanging roots. So they perform photosynthetic function. The example of such plants are Venda plants and Dendrobium are the plants which have epiphytic roots. The next is are parasitic roots, which are also called as sucking roots. They have these special functions as these plants roots, they develop as a parasite and they absorb all the nourishment and nutrients from the host. The example of such parasitic roots are Viscum album. These plants just attaches to another plant for the nutrients, and these plants take minerals, food, water from the other plant, that is your host. Another example of parasitic roots are Cuscuta plant, dodder plants. These all plants are parasitic plants because their roots, they depend on the host and they have a connection with the vascular bundles and they just take water and food from the host plant. So these were all the processes involved in the parasitic root. That was all about the modification of roots. Hope you have come through this lecture and you can do better for the modifications of root in adventitious and in taproot. That was all about today's lecture. Have a great day.